Hey guys, DDOE here, back with another Epic Gamer video, and by that I mean, yesterday I finished watching the finale to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Return of the King, um, and now I'll be doing my full review of the full series. Oh, Drake, why haven't you watched Lord of the Rings yet? No, I have. This is a rewatch. Don't worry, I've seen the series before, but it would have been ages since I had to just watch through, like, the whole thing. So, like, I believe it was once a week we watched one of the movies, because those were like 3-hour movies each, and Return of the King is like 4 hours. So my rankings would probably go: worst is Fellowship, second best is Return of the King, the best one is Two Towers. That's my ranking of the movies. None of them are bad. They are all absolutely amazing movies. All right, but I do say that some of them are better than some of the others. All right. So, Fellowship of the Ring, I really liked the small scale aspect of it, but there's something that it misses from like the large scale battles that the other two have. That's what Two Towers. The best part of the whole franchise is the Battle of Helm's Deep. That's like it's an amazing setup scene. Everything, the choreography is so good. All the beats, perfect. Beautiful. It's amazing that this film was made back in like the early 2000s. It looks really good even for today's standards. Modern CGI doesn't hit as good as that old stuff. Like when I see Golem, it's aged slightly, but it still looks really good, and you think it's real. You do. You really think it's real. And when I see like Thanos looks really good today. That's probably a bad example. When I look at Marvel movie CGI, I look at that, my brain goes, wow, that's really real, but my brain also goes, that looks like CGI. That does not look like a real thing. It looks like CGI. It looks good. It doesn't look real, but it looks really good. But like Treebeard, when I look at that, it looks real. It looks like a real thing, even though I know it looks fake. It looks real. It's a paradox. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, it's like Jurassic Park CGI. It looks dated. It looks like it could be better, but it feels real. There's something about it that feels different. Same with like Mandalorian CGI. For that, they tried to make it look practical, which tricks your brain into thinking it's practical, and to tricking your brain that thinks it looks real. I'm getting off track. I'm talking about Lord of the Rings, not Star Wars and Marvel. Okay. I shall do a short review of each of the movies now. Fellowship of the Ring. Amazing movie. Brilliant. The best parts are like the Ringwraith sequences and the final. There's a lot in these movies, so I'm sorry if I missed something, but there's so much in each of these movies because they're all 3 hours plus. The final battle where, spoiler alert, Boromir dies, that's a really good moment with the Uruk-hai, the really super buff orcs. Those are really cool. They beat each other up. Sometimes, maybe it's just quarantine that's doing this to me, but with all this stuff happening, I just need a break from, like, in movies recently, every villain has to be some sort of sympathetic type, alright? But for this movie, it's just the bad people and the good people kill each other with weapons, and they beat the crap out of each other. I need that sometimes. I need that so bad. I just need to see that. There's a yearning for good quality cliches. That's what I'll say. A lot of this is good quality cliches, okay? That's a thing. That's a possibility. That's a thing that can exist, alright? It just is. It just is. So, things I didn't like about Fellowship of the Ring, a lot of the stuff that's mentioned in it, of course, because it's a franchise, but I'm not going to blame it at that. It doesn't matter. It only matters, like, movies later. Like, the lamp, why do I think Estus Flask? What is that from? I feel like that's from something. That's Dark Souls. That's the name of the thing in Dark Souls. The thing he gets that glows or whatever, it's, like, used 2 movies later in the, like, the first third of Return of the King to ward off the spider. And that's it. And, like, it's not okay. Why did it's whatever. It was so long that like in Return of the King they had to have like a flashback segment to it to remind you it existed. Um, but otherwise the pacing felt so good. It felt fast for a 3-hour movie, which was crazy. I've watched the extended versions of Fellowship and Two Towers, so it honestly felt really fast. Like I felt like they were skimming through a lot of details that I remembered. But I guess when you watch like a 4 or 5 hour cut of Fellowship of the Ring, 3 hours feels really fast, which I guess it is. Acting in all of these movies, oh, wow, beautiful, so good. We need more of this. We need more beautiful, perfect creations. Oh my gosh. All right, so my brain. Part in the Mines of Moria, really cool, really rad when they're running through and all the orcs are chasing after them. Beautiful set pieces. This series is so good. There's just so much stuff. It's just you sit back, you watch it, stuff happens, the cool stuff, and they fight each other. I need this. I don't need sometimes subtlety. I just don't need it. Subtlety is good. I'm not saying, but like there is good in like just having stuff happen. And having it just, it's so hard to describe, but people who understand me, you get it. You get it. When Gandalf goes, "You shall not pass the Balrog," and he goes like, "Wah!" and it explodes, and he falls, and then he gets whipped, and he falls, and he's like, "Fly, you fool." There's no nuance there. There's no deep inner turmoil that the Balrog feels over whipping Gandalf. And the power system for the magic is BS. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It does whatever the hell he wants, but it's everything about it is just so good quality. You just accept it, and it's just so beautiful. It's so wonderful. The dopamine is entering my brain. It's entering my brain. Okay, that's Fellowship of the Ring. Two Towers, the best one. Basically a 10 out of 10. Beautiful. Probably 9 out of 10. I don't know what numbers to give these. Not the biggest fan of giving numbers to things. Ignore the fact that on my Instagram, I just have a whole bunch of series of me ranking movies and giving them concrete numbers. I should probably do Lord of the Rings. I promised I would do Toy Story next, but it's been almost, 10 months now since I promised to do that. Sorry, guys. My motivation is out the window. I'm a procrastinator. And if there's no deadline on it, I have a really hard time doing stuff. That's kind of why I did this 100 Daily Days thing, is because, it's motivating. It's motivating saying, I must get one video out per year, and if I don't, then I'm going to miss the mark of my birthday. Also, I really hope I didn't miscount. I have not double-checked. I'm thinking. Two Towers. Everything about this movie is so good. Golem, best part of, most of these movies. Golem is such an entertaining character to watch. See what he does, see what he says, how he acts, how the looks, all the shebang, alright? When I was reading, I've also read Lord of the Rings, yes, so I know what I'm talking about. I've forgotten most of the books because Fellowship was really boring. I hate that book. It's a really boring book. I hate it. Two Towers, I was entertained. Same with Return of the King, but I'm not the biggest book guy, which I know I'm a loser. I'm a loser nerd. I don't even read. I'm such an illiterate fool. I bet you're into those graphic novels, right? Because you can't read. Whatever. Oh, but, I just had a voice crack. Damn it. Well, see, now that I say it, you guys know. I'm getting sidetracked. In the books, Gollum was, my favorite part to read. And that's why Two Towers was my favorite, book. Is because when I was reading through it, I was always getting entertained by when Gollum would show up. And, in the books, there's no, cutbacks between the groups. It's just you get a third of the book is Frodo and Sam, and then a third is more than a third. I don't know, I don't remember, but, most of it is Pippin and Merry, and then, all the guys, the Fellowship men, the Aragorn, and the Legolas, and the Gimli, and the Glandalf, and then there's Sam and Frodo, and Gollum. They're just, all in a row, but this, they cut between them, so it's much better paced and stuff. I get sidetracked. Wow, who's watching this? If you're watching this right now, I want you to go down into the comments below and comment, Chad Golem. That's what I want you to comment. If you comment Chad Golem, I will love your comment. All right, there we go. Now I know you if you're a true Daily Dose of Existence fan. Or you just haven't seen Lord of the Rings, don't want to get spoiled. That's a possibility too. But my brain is actually blanking on what happens in Two Towers. Oh my gosh, it all becomes a big blend. All I know is that Helm's Deep. I mentioned this already. Helm's Deep is the best part of the franchise. It's so good. Everything about it is great. The king, he's old and corrupted, and the guy named literally Wormtongue is like, "You should trust me, guys. I'm real trustworthy, all right?" And then Gandalf was like, "Stop! Stop it! Stop, Saruman! This is mean and cruel." And then they go and they ride off the battle and they kill people, and it's a very entertaining time. And was this the movie where they fight the wargs? Which movie was that? Oh, gee. There's just so much. There's so much. I can barely giving an individual review for each of these movies was not a good idea. Because besides, like, the endings and the beginnings, I do not remember which happens in which movie. Okay, so... but that one's the best movie out of all of them. Fantastic time. Good times. And when the ringwraith shows up on the dragon, it's like... Ah! I literally pogged the first time I saw that because it's such a rad thing. We need more rad things. Cool? Rule of cool. Alright? We need more of that in movies. Just have it for the sake of being rad. We need more dinosaurs. We need more dragons. We need more rad things in our movies. Goddamn nuance ruining everything. Everything has to be good. I'm a fan of fine art. Alright? Believe me, I know. I can understand it. Except paintings. I'm not the biggest fan of abstract art and like paintings. I don't get it. That's stupid. What does the 3 triangles represent? It represents that the person made 3 triangles because they wanted to. But when the ghost men in Return of the King, they come out and they kill all the orcs. Based. When the elephants wreck everyone. That is like the best part of the entire Return of the King movies, when the elephants come out, or they have a funny name. They have a funny name. They're like Ori-elephants or something. But they come out and they just wreck everything. They got spikes attached with like Mad Max elephants. It's fantastic. And then Legolas, he goes up on the elephant and he's like, "Choo, choo, choo," and he murders it and he murks it. And then Gimli is like, "That only counts as one." And I was like, "Oh, classic Gimli." And then Frodo and Sam's relationship is such a great thing to watch over the course of the movies. I bet the ending feels so much better after you've watched all the extended versions. Because you've gone on this long journey. You've struggled with them. You feel as if like you're barely holding on to life after watching hours and hours of this. You understand what they're going through. You know the weight on his shoulders, and Sam is always giving these motivation speeches. Sam is like one of the best. DC MVP. If you get to this point in the thing, say Chad Sam in the comments, and I'll also heart that. Okay? Then I'll know you're a true Daily Dose of Existence fan. No, when he's in Two Towers, when he's like, there's hope we're fighting for, there's good in the world, I'm always like, I'm gonna cry right now. And then Sam's like, "I will carry you," and he just carries him all the way up the mountain, even though he's dying, and there's fire, and everyone is burning alive. It's touching. Okay. One complaint I will have, though, I remember specifically that in the... What was I gonna say? They cut the scene of Saruman dying in Return of the King where he gets stabbed in the back by Wormtongue, and it's kind of a key plot point because then he's just left out of the series after Treebeard is like, "We have him captured," and Gandalf's like, "His powers will not work anymore." That's not Gandalf. Who is that? What is that dumb? What voice is that? This is my Gandalf voice. Apparently, this is not what? This is not Gandalf. No, he just dropped. Oh, he literally dropped from the tower, but he's dropped from the story, too. It would have made sense to, show the part where he dies, like, oh no, the pacing would be off if you showed the 2-minute scene of where he drops off. We don't want to make our movie 4 hours 2 minutes. That would be a bit too extreme. The audience would lose interest. No, but yeah, we're gonna hit the 15-minute mark. We're about to say it's 60 minutes. So I think that's a good time to stop it. 5 minutes for each thing, which is not how it turned out. It was mostly 2 minutes of me talking about the movies, and then the 14 minutes of me rambling. So this has been Daily Dose of Existence. DDOE out. 10 out of 10 franchise, by the way. That's over. Okay, bye.